What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Black Blondie TV. If you are new here, my name is Black Blondie, aka Queen Mother Pearl. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, my people. Y'all, we need to have a serious sit down. I mean, seriously, I am so disappointed in this episode. I must say, I'm going to try to be as calm as I can. Um, I mean, this is going to be a family meeting about the absolute chaos that just went down on Love Island, USA. So, grab you some tissues because you may want to shed a little tears. Get you some hot tea. No wine tonight. No snacks tonight because we're breaking down everything that happened. We are going to break down the pivotal, ultimate. This is like a dire episode of season 7, episode 34. Oh my God. The emotions were running high. That's why I'm a little frazzled. Y'all, I can't admit I'm a little disappointed. But I just want to ugly cry right now. It's the final elimination that was really very shocking. I mean, it wasn't really shocking for me because I called it, but it was shocking too because I really didn't think that it would happen. Um, I think like my soul like left my body like and it went somewhere else because I'm just like stuff like that really happens in real life. Like rumors, rumors are can do awful stuff to people, like image and stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, Before we get into the mess, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe, so you don't miss the finale breakdown. Because I'm gonna be here on Sunday. Hopefully, if I, have enough energy to be here and do a final breakdown. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Drip, drop, drippity drop. Let's get to it. So the episode kicks off, you just feel the nervous energy coming through the screen. It's the morning after. The sun is shining and in Fiji, Fiji is beautiful, but nobody is feeling sunny. The islanders are all pacing around, having their little hush, serious conversations. They know that it's family day. They're family day, family day. And I'm just like, okay, it's family day. But you could tell that the end is coming, that the end is coming. And the producers are, about to do something messy. I could sense that in the air. Um, I think last season they just maybe the family they got to see them, but only remember the couple that won's family meeting. and they had like a Skype for them. So I don't know if everybody gets to get a Skype, but theirs was a Skype. I don't think the other Islanders family came there last year. So this is something new that they did, or maybe they do that on the UK version. I'm not sure. Um, Let me read through my notes real quick. Because my sound wasn't on my last video. So I'm going to take my time on this video. It's alive, but I'm going to take my time. I was a little frustrated. I didn't want to come do I didn't do yesterday's episode. That I wrote a script about, but I didn't do yesterday. Um so let's see. So the little text alert goes off. Everybody's like, Family Day. Family Day is here. They're like all excited. They're like, Yay, Family Day's here. The reactions were like pure gold. Like they really miss their families. Like Huda started screaming, like half excited, half terrified. Iris, she looks like she's about to have a full blown panic attack and probably thinking about her mom meeting Pepe for the first time. The boys are all trying to play it cool, but you can see the sweat glistening on their foreheads. They actually was in their bedroom when they heard about the family day, but they were still sweating. It's a whole other beast to win over people's parents. How many parents have I met? I've met quite a few parents. Um, and then some people I've never met. But has who's met my parents? I'm like Ace. I've only had one person meet my family, and I am 36 years old. And I've only had one person, one special person, and um, everything went good. Like everybody liked them. So that made me smile just thinking about that because I remember how it felt when I was introducing him to my parents. They were like, I was like, oh my God, I want them to meet them. Of course, I was a teenager, but as an adult, no, nobody has met my parents, and I'm so happy they didn't. Um, did I meet someone's parents as adults? Yes, unintentionally though, not on purpose. So the moments are cute. People are getting like really happy. First up to the hot seat, we had Miss Amaya and Brian's family. Is his name Brian? Yeah, Brian. I keep on forgetting his name. Um, Amaya mom. Amaya's mom. Her dad must be black. The black Dominican. Her dad must be the black Dominican. Because her mom is like the fair skinned one. So her dad must be. And everybody was saying that she looks like her mom, but I don't think so. I think she must look like her father. Like I said, he must be the black Dominican. So she's like so excited, and first they start off with it on the screen, like it was a Skype or something. The people or a FaceTime, and then they actually snuck up behind them and then surprised them, Amaya and Brian. Brian had his dad and his best friend. That was funny. He had his dad and his best friend. I don't know about that best friend. Was it really his best friend? If I got on the show with my mama would my mom and my daddy would not come on there. Um with probably my sister would come on there, and maybe my little brother would come on there with me. Or my nephew. I think my nephew, my little brother, they'd probably come. But my mom and my dad wouldn't go we go on a reality show. So I'm not surprised his mama, Brian's mom, didn't want to come on. But his best friend, I just side eyed it. Like, really, I had a little side eye. I was like, his best friend? Interesting. Is that your best friend or is that your lover? That's what I was thinking in my mind. Like, is that his best friend or is that his lover? But Amaya, we'll see how that works out with him. We'll see if he's playing for your team or he's playing for the other team. Cause the best friend was giving me he was giving me like he might be playing for the other team. That's what he was giving me. Y'all let me know in the comments when y'all watch it. If y'all already watched it, y'all let me know. Was he giving best friend tease or was he giving boyfriend tease, honey? Cause it was giving a little. Let me stick to the script. I just had to say that because that's what it was giving. But I don't know. Maybe that's probably why he deals with all that comes with her. Um, yeah, so that was cute. That was a cute little moment. And then who else came after that? Let me look. Mm, I think it was no, it wasn't Ace and Shelly. It was Pepe and Iris. Iris' mom, she don't really like Pepe. Um, they didn't really cover their family too much. Pepe and Iris, they probably wasn't given enough. But honey, Chris and Huddle family was giving it all, honey. They was giving us all of it. And Ace and Shelly parents was giving us all of it, honey. That's why I'm like, I'm not even gonna talk about my frustrations. Like and I could see like where Shelly get her shape from. Her mama is shaped just like her. I'm like, God, her mama still got it, and she is like, older. I'm like, that's what Shelly get. And then you can see where she get her height from her dad. I'm like, goodness. And then like she's a combination kid, so she looks like both of them. And I was like, she look like her mama and her daddy. I'm like, dang. She a combination kid. I would have never thought that. I would have thought that she maybe looked like her dad. But she looked like both of them. But Ace, he looked like his brother and his sister. You could tell they brothers and sisters. They were cute, and then his mom left a message for him, and that was so sweet and so uplifting. But his mom left. Yeah, that was so sweet. She was like she was proud of him and stuff. It was very like very grounding and I don't know. It was just sweet. Um, it was really sweet. I thought their interaction was the sweetest one. And then Huda and Chris. Chris is like he looks like his mom. His dad must be tall. Chris must be got a real tall dad because his mama wasn't that. Maybe she's tall for a woman, but she didn't seem that tall. But and then he got a sister, and she's kind of tall for a woman too. And so they kind of, so I'm like, yes. And he's like, what do y'all think about him? Think about her. And they was just like, oh, we think that, you kind of calm her down. You bring the best out of her. They was so sweet with what they said. And I was so surprised that they were so nice to her. Because people can be very cruel in this world. But they were very kind to her. And that was very inspiring. I was like, they took the high road, they took the high road, honey. They rode with the punch. They was like, hey, my brother is, this was like, my brother's on this show. They was like, they make a cute couple. He's almost to the finale. Let him win. And then her family came. I think it was her mom and her sister. She doesn't look anything like them. She doesn't look anything like them. Like she must really look like her father. Cause she didn't look like if that lady was her mom. I thought she said her mom or her sister. She don't look anything like them. She must be look straight like her daddy, like straight like her daddy. And then they said that um she had a nose job, but I don't think so. Cause her mom's got a really pointy nose, so I don't think she got no nose job. I've never looked at the videos of how she looked at before she came on there. But yeah, and her daughter was she showed her daughter on there. Would I've done that? No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. If I were to ever become famous, my daughter would be a secret. No one would ever meet her. She would never be put out in the public and stuff for scrutiny. But she was a cute little girl and she was sweet. And Hutter had cried. I was like, oh, that was very humanly of her to cry. And she was smiling. And I just thought that that was like a heartfelt moment. And I felt genuinely happy for her that she was able to just, show that different side of her. And she was very nice to Chris's mom and sister, very polite and very nice. And I was like, go girl, show them. Like, ain't nothing like somebody just flipping the script and doing a 180 because everybody can change and everybody sees the errors of their ways. But of course, when she looks back, she's gonna really like have a full world moment and try to, and really like work on herself after the show. So as I was on, I just happened to be on YouTube and it popped up. It was a young lady from the first season of Love Island USA. And she was talking about her experience on there. And I'm gonna get her name. And in the comments, I'm gonna post because her like experience was very like grounding for her, and I just thought it was just a great testimonial. Um, and she was on the first season, and I forgot her name. And she's married now. She has a kid. She didn't marry the guy from the show. She ended up marrying somebody else. And she lives in Miami, but she's like a whole like vlogger and stuff. And very like She was just very honest. She did a couple videos from when she first, like from a couple years ago when they first came out with the first season. And, she was just talking about it. I think maybe she waited it a couple years before she talked about it. I guess once, I don't know if they make them sign something, but she said she waited to talk about it. But it was a very interesting um two-part little series that she did. And I'm going to put it in the comments. I just have to look it up. Um, and she was the one with the curly blonde hair. Um, but yeah, now she's like living a regular life. She went on Amazing Race, I think, and then she went on another show, X or something, or X show. She went on there, and she didn't talk about her experiences on there, but she did talk about her experience on Love Island. Um, but yeah, she living a regular life. She has a baby, a cute little baby, and she's married to. She has a husband, and she's an at-home mom, and she just vlogs and stuff like that. And I just thought it was interesting, and I actually subscribed to her channel, and I am interested in seeing what else she will be talking about mm, on her channel. But I just had to plug that because like it just happened to come up on my algorithm, and I was just like, let me watch this. And it was a very interesting take she had, and she really made the best of her situation from being on there. So I think that was good. So Alandria and Nick, I say the best for last. Nick, he looks like his mom. His sister is pretty. He has a pretty sister. Um, Alandria, she looks like she doesn't look like her mom, but she is shaped like her mom. Like she said she get it from jeans. She got it from jeans, honey. She got it from the jeans. And I'm just like, oh, I hope my daughter get my little jeans, have my little cute little shape that I got. I'm like, how I was when I was younger. I was like really, really, I was that girl when I was younger. I still am that girl, but I was really that girl. Like, baby. I said I was a city girl before the city girls even came out like that. When I first started my career, I was stacked, honey. Nobody could tell me nothing, honey. I was like, I was a 10 out of 10. But so yeah, I was just like, it was giving me a spoil for my daughter. I'm like, I would treat my daughter the same way. She was like, yeah, you've been looking nice on your. And then Elandria, she got like abs too. I was like, I just noticed that she had abs. I'm like, that is so pretty. That is like so cute when you know, do I want abs? But I always thought the abs was cute, and I used to have abs too. In my college days, I had abs. Your girl was stacked, honey. Baby, whoever have another kid with, honey, his kid's gonna be cute. They gonna be certified because everybody in my family is like beautiful and handsome, honey. I can't think of one person that looked really bad in my family. I can't think of nobody. Everybody is that, okay? They just that, okay? Like can't they come out the room? Like I just say when I came out the room, I looked a look way different from what I look now from when I was a baby. But I'm still the same person though. But yeah, we just come snatched and ready. Even if we gain weight, we still be snatched and ready. Okay. The face card never declines in my family. That's one thing I could say. Um, okay. 2 snaps for that, honey. 3 snaps. I used to love when people used to do that in the 90s, like two snaps, three snaps. When I used to watch the 90s shows, they'd be like two snaps, three snaps. Like, really? I ain't got to say, but yeah, Orlando, her mama is pretty. She look young too. That's how I'm gonna look with my daughter. My daughter, if she decides she wants to go, into that industry, I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be her number one fan. I'll be just like Alicia mom. I'll be like, yes, you need to wear that outfit. That's cute. You look snatched. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting my daughter together. Like I'm gonna be designing her clothes and everything. I'm like, uh-uh. And baby, I got that business expertise too, honey. Baby, try if you want to. But yeah, it was just cute little family moment. Real cute, real classy. And so then they get to this dinner. They found out they're gonna have a dinner after their family left. And it's called a family dinner. And they get all dressed up and dolled up. Everybody puts, their vest on. Ace was really excited. He got to cook and stuff. I think he likes to cook because that's what he has on his YouTube. The only video he has on his YouTube channel is him cooking. So I think he likes to cook. So they have him on there, cooking and stuff. And then Chris was like, the only person that was in the kitchen was her. Chris, you said you was gonna be nice now. You have to be nice to her. He was like, he noticed that she was the I said, Chris, because they had so many other wonderful chefs there. All the rest of them, most of the guys in there could cook really good. So Huda felt like she didn't have to. That's my let me give her excuse. She felt like she didn't need to be in the kitchen because there's too many people in the kitchen. Too many hands in the pot. It might not taste good. So she felt like she had to just sit down. She just put the food on the on the table. That's exactly what they had. They showed her putting the salad on the table. I was like, yes, it's precisely. Um, precisely. Not all of us are cooks. We can't all be multi-talented at everything. I mean, you know, I know a girl, she only knows how to cook certain things. And that's what she's six to. She's six to certain things. And she doesn't go outside of that. She sticks to certain things. And I congratulate her on that. She doesn't want to be on TV just, acting like she cooking it. She don't be cooking like that, you know what I'm saying? You never know who's watching, okay? You gotta be like, I ain't gonna be acting like I'm putting no salt in no food. Everybody else was in there. They wanted to cook. They had some little spaghetti and it it seemed like they ain't been eating the whole time they been there, but maybe I'm just tripping because we only see them eat breakfast. But I'm pretty sure the girl, when I watched her video, she was like, they eat 3 meals a day. So they do eat 3 meals a day. But you would think just watching it, like they only eat breakfast. But, and some of the girls barely ate that. But I understand because, TV give you like 40 more pounds of weight. So they probably really, really skinny. So Landry probably really skinny. All of them probably really, really skinny. Yeah. Amaya probably really, really skinny. Yeah, because they say put on 30 pounds more. So I'm like, in order for me to get on TV, I got to be about 130. To get on TV, I got to be about 130, Henny. No, actually, 125. Make it 120. I got to lose weight to get on the show. Get on. Like you have to lose weight. Some people had to lose weight to have a baby. I had it. Well, I still got to lose weight for both of those things. But yeah. I forgot that they add 30 pounds on, so you want to watch what you're eating while you're on there, on the TV. The whole dinner, it felt like a finally a happy scene in a horror movie right before the killer jumps out. They were like all happy, smiling. Everybody, even Amaya and Ace, they hugged, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." They hugged and stuff like that. But all good things have to come to an end for some of us. Sadly, because of haters. But like my mama say, your haters make you greater. That's a word. Ooh, yes, that's a word right there. Your haters make you greater. Okay. Can I get an amen? Somebody leave a comment and say amen. Cause that is true. So everybody gets their little note in a little, I forgot little dinner tray thing. Everybody get their note. They get down to my homeboy, Ace. He not my homeboy. I don't know him, but he got dimples, so I got dimples. So in my mind, he's my homeboy. So him, and they get out of Shelly, and I'm just like, they in there. They in there. It's gonna be Amaya and oh boy Brian, or it's gonna be Iris or Pepe, because they ain't really, well, they ain't really show Iris and Pepe family like that. They showed a little bit of them, but not. They wasn't giving it. They wasn't giving us the TV magic that Ace and Shelly parents and mom was doing and family was doing. They wasn't giving us the 1, 2, 3. Let me see you step on the TV. They wasn't giving us the action. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of smooth by theirs. The producers, they kind of smooth past their stories, past their little scenes or whatever they did have of them, they smooth past it. So, um, but they get down to them, and I'm just like, I be damn. That boy been working. He been standing on business that whole season. They've been keeping them people. They keeping that little group together. Hopefully they get a spinoff like season 6 did. I'm hoping they all get a spinoff. Do I want a Maya on there? No, no ma'am. No sir. Please do not have her on there. But to keep it a little spicy, to rum it up, y'all could put Hutter. And that's my suggestion. Put Hutter and a Maya on there. Now if they relationships last, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Put them on there. Irish and Pepe, it's a goner. They not gonna give you no nothing outside of the villa. It's not gonna be turned up. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Cause she got a little hot. Irish got a little hot at the end. She got a little fever in her there. She was just giving a little bit of extra drama. But as far as, yeah, Nick and Alandria, I could see them. I could see them on the a. Do I want no? Cause they won't. They might want Taylor and Clark on there. I ain't even gonna lie. That I don't think they should do no. Don't do no. Don't do. I'm not a hater, but don't do no. Don't do no. Don't do no. Producers don't do no spinoff. Don't do one for them because it's just gonna be awkward. Wait, and I don't think they ever gonna bring Sierra back. Poor thing, poor baby. They ain't never gonna bring her back on nothing. I mean, not on nothing like that, but yeah. And I'm just like, why? Why did Shelly and Ace have to go? Who set that up? That was set up by Ty and Day Day and them from the street corner that saw that young man trying to do something with his life. They saw that. They was like, they don't need no $100,000. Let me go say that they faking. Let me go say, oh, they say they had knew each other. Just because you talk to somebody a couple times, you know how many times I done talked to guys on Instagram a couple times and we ain't never hung out. I ain't never even really dated them. Like, you know how many times that happens in the club scene or in the just living your life scene? That stuff happens all the time and you never talk to them again. Like, you rarely ever see them. Well, I never even see them again. Like, that happens a lot and y'all just exchange Instagrams. Like, that happens. Like, come on, why would that girl just come on there and just woosah, woosah. I'm like upset for them because I'm just like they really built a relationship on there. Um, the other people's, I feel like except for Nika and Alandria, they really been in the trenches with each other because they've been backing up each other. So that is a good foundation for like a friendship is a good foundation for a relationship. And I want to do a talk on about that too because I really do believe that that is the key to a lasting relationship is a friendship first because you really want to see if that person loyal, like, and they really been having each other back because they wanted that Darn Taylor and that girl, what her name is, what's the name? Talking about she got hair like a Leah, look like a Leah. I say, God, her hair blended in like a Leah. Girl, it was blending in, but it was stiff. It was blending in, but it was stiff. It wasn't giving island. It was giving I don't know what it was give, but it was I think like braids give an island when girls goes, when you wear your braids, it gives the island feel. Like that's just me. I just think it does. What I would have came on there with some what them things they put in their hair to add to their hair and then they act like it ain't weave, but it's the same thing. I forgot what you call them. But sometimes people's hair be coming out from, like they attach it to your hair. You could put it up in a ponytail like a hairstyle, but it be attached to your hair, but not your root of your hair, but it be attached to like the ends of it. I forgot because one of my old friends used to wear that. She used to wear them in her hair. She said they work pretty good for her, but for me, I'm like, because my hair is. I'm 4C, I'm my ancestors from Nigeria, honey, and the Ivory Coast. Like I told y'all, I'm full African. I'm full African American. And I'm full. Ain't nothing. Ain't no other drops or nothing. It's just full black, honey. Full African. That's where they from. That's where I'm bred at. That's probably where I'm gonna go. That's where I want my ashes to be at. Over there. Take me over there. I'm trying to get me a trip to go over there. Like, let me go over there. Let me get in the river. Let me get baptized in the river over there. Like, real talk. Cause, that hair is, you know, it's real. It's real. You could tell you could look at my features and tell I'm straight from the motherland, honey. Straight from the motherland. Or Latria, she got those straight from the motherland features too, honey. You know. My baby girl, she probably gonna have to straight from the motherland features too. So we all my whole family got the mother. They brought us up. They came over here involuntarily, and and then that became me. And me as a person, I want to go back there. I want to go back there. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to go back there one day. I'm going to go back there, and I'm going to eat the food. I'm going to eat the food. I am going to have me a very good time. I want to go back there with my sister and my cousin. I want to go back there with them to visit there. hmm That's where I want to go with. But yeah, like it just gives like an island feel. But she was giving stuff like I said, straight bone, straight to the. Probably ain't no straighten. Probably wasn't no blowout. It was a straight, probably perm still, cause women still get perms. I don't do that. I had cancer. You won't see me. I'm a cancer survivor. I will never be putting no perms in my hair. I do not condone perms. I do not mess with those things. I do. I do not. Like Phaedra say, I do not get away from you with that. No, I do not. Y'all won't ever catch me with one in my head. It'll be a blowout and it'll be trained to be blown out. Because it will have to be trained because it will go back to its natural texture and like heat and stuff. So her hair, it had to be a relaxer. Or maybe it was trained. We never know. Anyway, I just wanted to put, you know, Black Twitter and stuff. They was like, oh, she got her hair blending in like a Leah. And I'm like, okay. It wasn't giving a lid to me. It was giving stiff. It was giving something that you wouldn't wear to go to an island with. No, that wasn't a vacation hairstyle. It wasn't giving it. It was giving stiff. It was giving Magic City on. I ain't never even been to Magic City, but that's what it was. It was giving a script at Magic City, honey. Low key, that's what it was giving, honey. And that's just my perspective. No haterade, just what I view. When I was younger, did I show everything? Nope. I left some stuff to the imaginations. You gotta leave some to the imagination. And then sometimes you could look classy and be scantily dressed too. But some people just got that class about them, and some people, they just don't. They just don't got that oomph like that. And some guys like those girls like that. And you know what I think about those type of guys? They're not in my caliber. Those type of guys, they're like those type of girls. They're just not my type of caliber. Anyway, maybe when I was younger, well, maybe a couple of years ago, about 5 years ago, I used to like guys like that. But now, uh, never, ever, 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 ever get me like that. Ever. Put that on everything. Put that on the most high. Never. Okay, back to this. Y'all always be getting on topic. Cause I just thought that was crazy. Like they was trying to downgrade my girl Orlandria and like putting them up against each other. And I'm just like, they are two different kind of type of women. Two different types of women. And him and Nick are two different type of guys. But they happen to, it's different between girls and boys. I don't know. It's different between men and women when it comes to like who you want to hang out with and who you don't want to hang out with. Guys, they can kind of get away with hanging out with. But after a while, when you're a female, based on my experience, when you hang out with certain types of women, it kind of rub off on you. And then you got to go get baptized again. when you done got baptized when you was like 7, but you feel like when you come back to your hometown, you got to go get baptized again. Cause you need to be cleansed again, okay? Can I get an amen? I be feeling like cleansing that holy water, honey. Cause it's like, you gotta get that, you gotta get your mind right and be like, this is, stand on business, okay? Stand on business. That's gonna be the term, or with the words of today. Stand on business. You want to be around people who stand on business. They're not laughing. They're not I don't know. I guess she just worked with what she had that was available, but I don't know. Y'all, don't let me get started on that whole little messy situation, because that was really, really messy. It was giving colorism. That's what it was giving, Taylor. It was giving colorism. But like I said, I done dealt with somebody that's from that, people from those little areas, from around. They got a little colorism in them from around in that little region. Sometimes when you come around in this region, you can get a little bit of that too. You get a little bit of that be coming out with people too. And I just be sitting back and I be watching. I be like, ew, interesting. Interesting. Let me put my glasses up. Interesting. But that happens. That happens with the guys. They have them a they have a little, they get weak because they want them they want their children to look a certain way. But you never know. Some people, that's why my name Black Blondie. Don't ask me why it's like that. Cause it's a tribe in Africa that got blonde hair, honey, and blue eyes. You just never know what you're gonna get sometimes from different people. That's why you should just you never know. And then people just get to asking questions and you just be like want to say, that people that look like me can have kids that look different. We do. We people from that's come from Africa, straight from Africa. Roots is straight from there. We have kids that look different, okay? But some people just think, you know, everybody just supposed to look the same, but no, 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 no. Okay, so I I'm just overturned with that Shelly and that thing. The Shelly and Ace thing. I feel like our people let us down. Well, really, they're not our people because all kin folks, or what is it? All skin folks ain't kin folks. But I feel like they let them down because they was doing that because I think that they could have got America vote. Somebody dropped the ball. Somebody said, I'm going Day Day and them and Sharita and Sharika and KK and Bebe and them. They was like, we don't want Ace and Shelly winning this time. We don't want it. Let's just go start a whole bunch of rumors, put it on X, put it on everything, TikTok, all that. We ain't gonna have them win. But I really thought they was gonna win. And that's what saddens me. It saddens me how I own that how people could just end other people like that. Just based on jealousy. envy. All they do is envy. In me. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, honey, that's all that was. But anyway, I'm rooting for Nick and Alandria. Hopefully the haters won't come for them. And but who I think were really mid, I think Amaya and what's his name? See, that's what's getting me. You only remember Amaya, and you only remember Amaya because she give you a little bit of Cardi B. That's what she was giving when she first came on there. She was giving Cardi B. That's how she got there. That's how she got there, giving Cardi B, honey. Giving a Cardi B character down, honey. That's why when I saw her mama, I was like, is that Amaya's mama? Cause the girls that I knew that was Dominican, they never act like that. I never saw that side of them. Like, I never saw girls um that were Dominican that were like I never saw them act like that. I'm going to say that, and I was real close with this one girl, and they don't act like that. I think that just when they get on TV, that just comes on. I don't know, but they don't really act. They really chill. They don't really be putting on all that. You know, they really be chill. They really be chill. So I don't know. That's why I say you can't really go by because everybody got a side to them. So like once we got further on, then I saw the other side of her, and I was like, she's calm. Because I was like, who nurse is she gonna be acting like that? That's what I said in my mind. I'm like, where is she working at? Like acting like that? Because I ain't never had no nurse. I've been in the hospital, had my baby in the hospital. Being my mom would be going to the hospital. I ain't never seen no nurse act like, how she was acting on there. So and then once they got further along, I started seeing, I was like, dang, she really showing that was just a side of her that she was showing. Like everybody, I got a little, baby, I got a little hood side of me too. It comes out every once in a while. I like to call her, Indy. She comes out every once in a while. And she can be very she can become like that. Like she can give you a girl from the south, well, from where I'm from in Georgia. She can give you that girl, but she tries not to. She just try to give you Shelly. She wants to give you a little Shelly, you know. But sometimes she can go to Indy, big Indy. She can go to that girl, but she just tries to tone it down, be professional. So Amaya, I could give her that. She did really her and they know how to turn it on and turn it off. Her and Hutter. But Orlando, she keeps it intact 100% of the time, except for that one time. And I feel like she had to get off on him, go off on that boy. That that boy. He's not gonna he was never gonna be a fan favorite in my eyes because he remind me of somebody I used to know. See, that's another thing with America. When people remind you, when people remind people of people they used to know, like they was trying to make Ace to be like a bully or him to be like a con artist and stuff. Like the way they was like, oh yeah, they already knew each other. Like doing all that chit chat and they was doing all over the internet. Caused them people to lose their darn $100,000, $50,000 that they was gonna split. And now you got Amaya and what's his name about to win it, and she already got a good check coming in. She a nurse. She get they don't. I mean, they start off making at least 70 grand. I used to date a nurse. I think they start off making 70 grand, 70 grand. Yes, they start off making a good little chunk of money, nurses. Yes, I used to date one. Soon as he got his nurse degree, oh, what he do, he cut me off, honey. That was like 6 years ago, and I still never forget it. He said, he got his degree and said, I'm going to go get me somebody way better than what I had. And I'm like, boy, wait until you see me now. Look at me now. Ooh, I'm getting paper. If he only knew, if he only seen what I got going on now, not this YouTube stuff, what I got going on outside of this YouTube stuff. 45. He sure enough, he could have got us a, we could have had us a 800,000, we could have had us $1 million house with both of our incomes, or a $2 million house. Like, people just don't be thinking. I don't know if the math ain't mathing. If you don't see, you can't see past it, you can't see in the tunnel, you'll be done fumble the bag. You be done fumble the bag like how they fumble that bag for, how the TikTokers and stuff fumble the bag for Ace and Shelly. If you can't see past the hurdles and the and the other stuff and the distractions, and you can't see the paper, you can't see where the paper, where the money is gonna be residing, you will miss out. You will miss out. You will miss out. And one thing about this girl right here, she don't go back. Second chances where? Third chances never. Second chances never. Never going back. But anyway, like I said, don't forget, make sure you subscribe, put your notifications on, back to my professional side. And I'll see y'all at the finale. Have a good night. My phone is on 2% and I have to go. And I love you guys. And thanks to my supporters, all 4 and 5 of y'all, because some people be coming on here, listening to my video, and they don't even be thumbing it up. But it's okay. I still love you. Because guess what? What God has for me is for me. And no weapon formed against me will prosper. Go tell that, honey. No weapon do. No weapon never prospers. And y'all have a good night. And I love my supporters. Thank you for supporting me. This is going to be a journey, and I am okay. And I'm going to take it slow, one day at a time. And I am thankful and grateful for all that I have now. And I know that God's going to continue to bless me and going to continue to bless y'all. And one day y'all going to be like, I remember when Black Blondie was talking to two people on her during um whatever this platform called. She was talking to two people. And now she's talking to millions of people. Mark my words. Bye bye. Bye bye.